when devils want to take over territories, what they do is that they send the principalities ahead. They are the ones who have the intelligence to map out cities. And so when they come into South Africa, they will survey the land. Survey the land. What is the ambition of these people? In China, the ambition was to build a name for themselves. But now, this territory will find the people. What is the ambition? And they begin to profile the ambitions. When they find the ambitions of the people, they also begin to profile the giftings that the people have. Because Satan has no gift to give, but he knows how to manipulate gifted people. And so when he checked, oh, there are prophets here. He went to West Africa, he met teachers and apostles. But he came to South Africa, he met prophets. He met intercessors. He said, okay, these ones are open to the spirit realm. Now, because they are open to the spirit realm, their emotional threshold will be high. So what do? Let me enter the gates of their emotion. And then what does he do? He begins to create administrative structures that will facilitate emotion. And so he manipulates women dressed naked, so that when the men see you, they can't contain themselves. And by doing that, what he will do is that he will recruit those who are supposed to be prophets, who should pick signals for God and speak over territories. Their job now is that when they look at women, they know what to tell them for their heart to melt. And so you see one brother, he has 4 girlfriends. He can manage all of them successfully, and no one will know that something is happening. And he thinks he's a wise man. What he doesn't know is that his gift has been perverted. And I'm not. You don't know why I'm not talking about people on the streets. I'm talking about even people with collar. Oh, when he looks at the choir, he selects some kind of girls to be in choir. It's not about singing. He has weighed them. The moment he saw them, he knows that this one loves phone. He knows that this one loves sweet stories. He's just looking at them and prophetically discerning them, because the gift of prophecy has become divination. So he knows the one that needs gift. He can just give her a phone and her heart has opened. And he looks at the other one, he just comments her dress, she has opened. After 6 months, he's sleeping with 3 people in the choir. And when he comes here, he will tell them, righteousness is God's nature. It doesn't matter what you do. So he's balancing their conscience by telling them, if you have God's nature, you are righteous. It doesn't matter what you do. So that they will now not feel bad that pastor is sleeping with them. And so the guy who should be a prophet, who should speak the next dispensation of South Africa, he can no longer see from the realm of light, because he didn't know that he came here to build cities. He didn't know that the reason Jesus moved him from exousia to throne is so that the South Africa in the spirit will be built. Because every physical Egypt has a spiritual Egypt, and so every physical South Africa has a spiritual South Africa. But there are colonial masters around. They know the recruitment. When the colonial masters succeed in recruiting and set up the activity, then the powers come. Paul said, we wrestle not against principalities and powers. The duty of the power is that they bind you, because they are called authorities. Now that you have violated the law of the spirit realm, you can't move anymore, because we know the law. The law says, whoever you yield yourself servant to obey, he said, the servant of him you are whom you have obeyed. So suddenly the guy who began with 1-2 ladies, he can't stop anymore. The day he tries to stop, he now discovers that a chain has been put on him. He has become a servant, prophet, but operating in divination, because he has been arrested. You see others, their work is lying. They don't even know why they lie, because the spirit perceive. He said they have ego. They have ego, and they won't go through process. They want to cut corners, so he gives them quick success. Oh, take some invitation, take some money, and the guy now has some money, so he thinks his status has changed. And because he wants to sustain that status, he will need to lie to people. He can show up and say, oh, an angel is here, because the angel is here. I'm hearing, if you give 1 million rand now, you will go to the next level. And he used the one testimony that happened that week as the basis to collect 1 million rand. And when he collects it, the next thing he has he's sustaining his ego, so that when he shows up, he's a man that has been helped. And so they pamper that ego using the vehicle of lie. And everybody that are under him, he's baptizing them. Because Paul said, in as much as we love you, we have not just taught you the gospel, we have imparted you the substance of our soul. Now, he now becomes a recruiting agent. The innocent guy that gave his life to Christ, that came to church yesterday, does not know why he's now struggling with lust. He is under a radar. He's under a radar. It's transmission. He doesn't know why. He can't stop lying. It's a radar. It's a radar. A principality is working. And when the principality finish, the powers come. The powers are called the exousias of the spirit realm. Their job is to bind you. You can never go back. you can never find your way back. And when the powers finish their work, then the Bible said the rulers of the darkness of this world. The world is Cosmos Kratos. That's where rebuilding begins from. The job of the ruler is that thing that was a practice will become a culture. They make sure that it transcends from one generation to another. They make sure that thing that began with one man becomes a company. And so after a while, the guy was doing it successfully. But in the next 10 years, there are 30 of them who are doing it. There are 50 of them who are doing it. And you are wondering, what is going on? Rulers are at work. They make this thing become culture and way of life. And a point will come when you come into that territory. If they tell you it's not, this thing will not happen, you think it's not possible. There are most of you now, if I tell you somebody is a virgin at 30, you say it's a lie. Because rulers have done some things to make you feel that it's impossible to live chaste. It's impossible. All the 10 friends you have, all of them are disflowered. And so now, instead of struggling, you submit willingly. Because this thing is the way of life here. This is how people succeed. In fact, they will make you think that for you to succeed, you must do it. Have you not entered some systems? You entered the bank. You came with zeal. You thought marketing, what about skill? And then they advise you that the last 3 persons that wanted to use skill here were fired after 3 years. The only way up is to sleep with the boss. And then you ask 1, you ask 2, you ask 3, and they said, so that's how it happens here. When you turn back, the hardship you will see, you know if you go there, you will rot. And so you will be in between the devil and the deep blue sea. If you refuse, you will be poor. You will suffer, you have food to eat. And if you must rise, you must submit. And so you find out, because kingdom has not been taught, they will refuse to embrace suffering and trust God to lead them, and they will now compromise. Because we don't have architects that build cities anymore. And so you find many people compromise in order to succeed in life, and they think it's about promotion. When you're now promoted, you discover that your nature has been altered. You can no longer serve God. Your passion for prayer dies. Your fear for God dies. And you are looking for a revival service. Who will set me on fire? You have been denatured. See, one of the reasons conferences like this are important is because programs, negative programs will be altered. Fires will be kindled. I'm showing you the structure of the spirit realm. This thing happens in real estate. It happens in banks. It happens in government. There are many young people from campus days. They have a burden that they will see the new South Africa. And then when they graduated, they wanted to go in. Then they now invite them and say, here, you must first of all be initiated into a court. We want to be sure that when you are big, you won't break, you won't be disloyal. How does court come into? I thought it's about politics. I thought it's about rules of leadership. I thought it was about having a heart for your people. I thought it was about being visionary. They now tell you there are many people who have visions. What we are looking for are not visionary people. We are looking for loyal men. And if you say it's a lie, you will move in one cycle for 35 years. You'll see your friends that came yesterday will become senators. You'll see your friends that came yesterday become masters, leaders of provinces. And then when you stand to give a manifesto, you are 10 times better than them. Or you are wondering, how did they rise? They rose because they submitted to the structure that the rulers have put in place. If you will compromise, you must be sworn into that court. And you will not just be sworn, you will pay allegiance for 10 years. And the way you pay allegiance is to serve those who are ahead of you. And service is not, write this document for me. On Friday, if they are in a club, you will also be there. Because that's how you serve them. And so you discover that you are in a club for 6 months. A point came, the valve of your soul will break. You know, when Lot was in Sodom and Gomorrah, the Bible says his righteous soul was vexed. You will be vexed the first 3 weeks you were in the court. After 2 months, when they are playing a music that you heard for 2 months, you'll discover that it has altered the vibration of your soul. And then you'll sit there and you'll be doing like this. You'll be doing like, after a while your boss will look at you and say, come on, you are a weak man. He will now tell the lady, go and stay with you. And the lady will come and be nice, sit with you, talk with you. After a while you will share a bottle, a glass of alcohol. The next day you will wake up, you slept with the lady. You will cry. You will cry. But after 2 weeks, when your tears dry, you are back there. Because you are an apprentice. This is how you will rise in politics. There's nothing. If you don't, you won't rise. Your boss tells you, now you are traveling with me. It's supposed to be favor. You are learning. But when you travel, he carries 3 ladies, you carry 1. Because he will make sure you do it so that you will never come to a point where you will expose him. You too must become a culprit, so that both of you, if he falls, he will fall. So everything he does in darkness, you must do the same. And so you will now discover that to rise in politics, you must be baptized with iniquity. And so the day you become a president, even if you try to change your mind, you have been reprogrammed. It's too difficult. You can't. If you try, you can't. The fear of God has died. The things of the spirit no longer make sense to you. And then you now start trying for your children to live right. But you will discover that your DNA was altered before you gave birth. So your children now who need a mentor, they now have it inside their DNA. They were bettered by a mutated DNA. And so your son at the age of 10 can drink a bottle of champagne. He can take a glass of dry gin. Of the people. And so for you to break out of this regime, you must look to him that dwells in the coals of fire. He's the only one that has the power to alter your nature. He's the only one that has the power to bring you out of this web of darkness. This is why if you can't look on Jesus, he can't walk. You know, people who are not educated, when you talk to them about building city, they say forget all this prayer. Church will just come and be talking prayer. We are the salt of the earth. We are the light of the world. What we are dealing with is deeper than the buildings you are seeing. They are colonial masters in the spirit realm. When the rulers finish their work, then spiritual wickedness in heavenly places called. They are called poneria. Their job is to afflict people. And so now that we have built this structure to this realm, let's afflict this nation with corruption. Anybody who comes into power must be corrupt. What he will desire is to loot the wealth of the nation. There's nothing he can do about it. And when he does it for a while, we will kill him, either with women, or we will kill him with a coup, or we will just, something will happen. His life will be wasted. Their job is to bring judgment so that a system is preserved. Every family that is doing well, we will plant something, either madness or autism or sudden death or bachelorhood, spinsterhood. They will be 30, 40, they won't marry. They just put things here and there so that everybody, no matter how well he's doing, will have a yoke that he will carry. And because of that yoke, there will be need for consistent compromise. You will never survive without compromise.